Hello there, Powder Keg. It's the Commissioner, Brian Zane, welcoming you to another episode of POW Pro Wrestling. Joined, as always, by the impresario himself, Mr. Ooh La La, looking illuminating as always. Now, Mr., let's talk about what happened last week in our main event. That scintillating six-person matchup that scrambled to see who would become the new #1 contender. In the end, it was the Tower of Power Amira who vanquished her opponent, slamming Jonas Albert Robinson to the mat, earning herself a title match against Funny Bone. Talk about a journey for Amira.
Well, talk about a journey for the self-professed super squirrel Amira, but I must say I sense a bit of sexism in her victory, you know?
What do you mean by that?
Jonas Albert Robinson, such a gentleman, does not want to harm a woman. Amira taking advantage of it, slamming him to the mat like a sack of potatoes, like a sack of meat. For the un, deux, and the trois.
Now, sexism, you can make claims about that, but Mr., I don't think that's had anything to do with the progress that Amira has made in her very short time in POW Pro Wrestling. She's taken on men, she's taken on women, and by and large, she's beaten them all. The fact she was able to withstand 5 other opponents in the scramble match, I think just speaks to her tenacity and her strength and her youthful vigor, if I say so myself. In 4 weeks' time, she is going to have the opportunity of her career when she challenges Funny Bone in a matchup for the POW Pro Wrestling Championship. And as tough and as badass as Funny Bone has been, I think he's going to have a real challenge on his hands with the Tower of Power.
He may have usually Funny Bone is used to taking on brutes, monsters, menaces. Amira is a different side of the coin, you know. She's fast, yet strong. She's charismatic. She has a size disadvantage to Funny Bone, but the one thing that you cannot fake is heart. Heart, and Amira has a big, strong beating heart inside of her chest that seems to give her the miraculous way of achieving victory in any situation.
And Amira might need a miracle in order to defeat Funny Bone for that title. We're going to find out in 4 weeks. But Mr., speaking of championship matches, this week we're starting off in grand style here on POW with a matchup for the POW Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. You'll recall at the last Basebrawl event, it was Wade and Dom, the Hess Clan, who defeated the Blanchards brothers in that bull rope matchup. Well, in doing so, they earned themselves a shot at the tag team titles, and we're going to have that matchup here as the Hammer brothers defend against the Hess Clan. Mister, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you got for this matchup?
I would say the Hess Clan, who single-handedly dismantled the Blanchards brothers, tore them apart, knocked them down, cut their union asunder. They beat them so bad that Jeremy Blanchard rejected his brother Bubba. I think that they, with the experience of Wade and Dom Hess, who have been in the business a lot longer than these goofy construction worker, Tonka, trunk playing Hammer brothers, the Hess Clan are going to take those belts back to the Hess Ranch in Ohio.
All right, it's going to be father and son versus brothers. We're going to hear from the challengers up next, and then it's time for the title match. They came away victorious in that bull rope match against the Blanchard brothers, and this week here on POW Pro Wrestling, they challenge for the Tag Team Championships. I'm talking about Wade and Dom, the Hess Clan. Gentlemen, how are you getting ready for this matchup?
Just like a boss to come up here and cost me $10,000 with that bounty. We were going to prove to the world that them fabulous Vieira brothers were nothing but a bunch of dirty Blanchards. We weren't prepared to go out there at the baseball park and wrestle the Blanchards in a bull rope match, but we did. We did, and we got the job done. And we beat them 1, 2, 3 in the middle of PK Park, daddy. So tonight, you might have cost me $10,000. You may have cost me that big money for that new Stetson hat. But tonight, the Hess Clan goes one-on-one with those dirty, stinking Hammer brothers. And tonight, the Hess Clan, daddy, the Hess Clan becomes a POW, POW Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
They sound ready. The Hess Clan could be the next champions if they have their way.
The marbles are really good.
Our next contest is indeed that. It is a tag team match, and it's for the POW Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship. The schedule for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Proudly sponsored by our good friends at No Sale Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen.
up back to that. Oh, my goodness.
Get Buck, get Buck. Get Buck,
Certainly
get Buck. Hammer time. Oh, oh.
Now tonight, we take on the Hess Clan. And Wayne Hess, I got to admit, you are one bad mother. Hey, we can't talk like that. This is a family show.
Aha.
Finally, somebody said it.
There we go. That's about the only thing I agree with him
That
on.
beep you heard, that wasn't the dump truck. That'll come later. Well, Wayne, I mean, look at you. You're a beast. You call yourself a lion, right? He's a lion.
What the?
Well, I need to tell you something, Wayne. That's just a nickname. The fact of the matter is, you were just a human man, which means that the kind of, the way that you mount a horse bareback in the stalls late at night, that's against the law, you sick freak.
Wait a minute. What are they insinuating?
If the horse
You know
fits
what,
wear it.
Tom? At first glance, I wouldn't say that you're exactly the spitting image of your dad, but I gotta say, you must have gotten all of his traits and none of your mom's, because knowing what we know about your dad, if you got some of your mom's traits, you'd be a centaur.
Is that why Mr. Ed could talk?
Wilbur.
Actually, you know what? I guess you're a mule, because your mom was a horse and your dad, he's not a lion. He's a jackass!
Now, strong words by the champs. A lot of self-control by the Hesses right now.
Until your asses are so red that they match your necks. Because we are the bulldozers, steamrollers, pile driving, overrising, blue-collar pillars, jack and slay, the Hammer Brothers, and when you're a hammer, everybody looks like an egg.
Well, the Hammer Brothers in their new orange helmets, guys, they are set to defend the tag team titles against the Hess Clan, who last we saw them, they defeated the Blanchard brothers in a bull rope match.
They defeated Bubba Blanchard. I had a good night that night.
Well,
I looked at you and I didn't see that good.
we might as well get that out of the way. Joining us once again here on commentary, Jeremy Blanchard, now a member of the Jarmy.
Yeah.
And
That's got to stick. That's got to really hurt.
he's definitely back here, so to speak, as we get ready for this tag team championship match. Jeremy, we heard from you recently in your interview with me about your actions against Bubba Blanchard and your future. So now I'm going to ask you a follow-up question.
Okay.
What brought you to the Jarmy and Jonas Albert Robinson?
You know, that's a great question, Brian Zane. And the answer probably has to do with the fact that there's so much potential in that army. Joey, what a lion. Talking about a lion. That's a lion right there. When I found out that he went over to Japan and came back, a hard hitter, that's right up my alley, baby. And you haven't seen the last of Jonas Albert Robinson there, Brian Zane.
No.
I can promise you that.
I'm certain, I believe you, Jeremy, and I will say that you and Joey Thornton, at a first glance, for a first-time effort, you guys do seem to have a flow, so.
Yep, got a right down the line, even Steven win.
Questionable at best.
Here comes the oversized load now, as the Hess Clan, who, make no mistake, I mean, you guys put them through the ringer in that bull rope match. It's a wonder that they're standing as well.
I will agree with you on that one. I did put everything I had into it. It wasn't until later on in the evening that my mind wandered away. But you know, I used to be on a construction crew, and I can tell you this right now, they're all drug addicts.
Wait a second
Oh,
here. Dom
okay.
Hess wants to take on Sledgehammer.
He's getting right up
How
in
much
there.
weight difference is there between those
That's
two?
like 300 pounds.
I mean, at least.
3.
Oh, this is not going to work. Splat.
Oh,
We heard the comments earlier this week here on POW from Bubba Blanchard, his retort to what Jeremy said a couple of weeks ago. Of course, Jeremy, okay.
So glad my dad wasn't here to see that.
Certainly, it looked like tears were being shed by the end of Bubba's very emotional statement, saying that he doesn't know about his future in professional wrestling
And that's the problem, emotional. That guy's too emotional for this business.
Well, here we go now.
Oh, wheelbarrow coming up.
Jeremy's opinion on Bubba's statement aside, we wish Bubba the best in his recovery.
Oh, I don't.
As the tag team champions gear up to drop the payload here, wheelbarrow time for Jack and Sledge. And that could be it there, over before it begins, but Wade has...
I'll tell you this, that kid Dom, he is pure psycho. I'm not gonna lie to you, he might look like he's down and out, but his pop's got him all wired in, trust me.
Certainly, you see the apple doesn't far too fall from the tree there, as Wade now really putting all his weight behind that attack of Jack Sledge in the corner.
You have children, Brian Zane.
I do.
How would you feel if you saw your child getting beat up? You'd be like exactly that way.
I would certainly react in a similar vein to what Wade is doing. I'll agree with you, Jeremy.
Happy Father's Day, Wade.
Here we go. Big Beal out of the corner, sending Jack flying as his little brother Sledge looks on in the corner.
This is not a good situation right now.
Look at that smile on Dom's face. He's loving it. He likes getting beat up.
This is a do or die situation here for Jack, as he is in a bad part of town here. He's between both Hess members here.
There we go.
As Dom now really trying to showcase his abilities to take a cheap shot here, as Brad Lee missed all that.
And so is Wade Hess now.
This is going to be one of the toughest defenses by far, I think, for the Hammer brothers. They called their shot there at PK Park, and they inserted themselves into that #1 contendership matchup, and this made it for the belt, and they won. So they're certainly confident in their abilities, guys.
Look how good Wade Hess looks. At this stage of his career and his age, he looks fantastic. I'm sure he's drinking the clear liquid. Looking good, baby. Look at it.
Wade
Gin, vodka.
has certainly seemed to find some sort of fountain of youth. Seems to be getting better with age. Is Wade by God Hess?
Now I gotta wonder though, I mean we've already heard about, 1975 with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I can definitely tell you that Dom, I think, is definitely wanting to be one of those people thought of for the role in the next upcoming movie.
Look at you dropping King Keezy.
Maybe he can give Danny DeVito's character a run for his money. Here we go now, Dom. Right now trying to bend Jack Hammer in half there.
And Jack's gonna make the tag right now.
He recovers, makes it to his feet, and just jacks the jaw of Dom Hess, who is just...
I don't know who took the worst.
I think
that one.
Definitely a war of attrition at this point, as Jack is just dying to tag out here. His brother Sledge, look at on, we get the tag!
No.
And in comes the oversized load. Wade Hess is gonna have to re-strategize here. Oh my God, look at how dominant. Wade are flying.
Bug, windshield, splat.
Oh, you ain't kidding. And now, look down the corner.
That ring just moved.
That's a quarter, no, that's a quarter ton of mass running full force into those corners.
Oh no, he wants to back it up.
You hear that beep and you know you're in for a long night. Look out, Wade, oh no.
Stick face, baby.
He took all of it, and boy, I think that Wade wishes he was attached via a bull rope again, guys.
Yeah, he probably does.
Oh no, this could be bad for Dom.
Look at this, twisting side slam.
Can you imagine the Famunda smell?
The what? 1, 2, saved by his father, Wade. Was Dom there? This tag team championship match continuing here this week on POW.
I'm trying to figure out what waist size is Sledgehammer, because, I mean, that was definitely coming into your living room at full steam there.
Speaking of living room, probably living room curtains. That's what he uses for a belt.
Oh my goodness, Dom taking a rough tumble out there. Fans, stay tuned for after this match. We will get an update from the Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion, Kris Brady, in regards to his health. Of course, he was taken out of the six-pack challenge a couple of weeks ago due to injuries sustained over the course of the last several weeks.
He's from Tacoma, correct?
Compton, yeah.
Compton.
Yeah, they don't have health care.
Look at this. This action has completely gotten out of control, spilling to the outside. And Brad Lee is counting.
Oh, no.
Wait. Oh, no.
Wait. Oh, big.
Oh, ouch. Big body slam to the floor from Sledge to Wade as this action continues.
Two mass
unabated.
Occupy the same spot.
I think this sort of reminds me of your guys' match, which is just all
bit.
over the building. And it's
The only difference was it was legal to go outside the ring.
That's
This
true.
is a standard tag team matchup here. And the
ring the
referee has
bell.
called it. This is a double count out.
The referee Bradley did not get control of this match.
Referee Bradley has called this match off due to a count. Neither team
No,
answered
5 more
the bell
minutes.
back into the ring.
Come on, Brian Zane, you're commissioner. 5 more minutes.
It's a no contest.
Well, I'm not
I
going to
don't
give him
think
5 more minutes,
is going to make
but
a difference.
I'm going to make a decision, an executive decision right now.
Yes, I think you should.
Of course you are. 5 more minutes.
It's a shame this match ended in a double count out, but don't worry because I know that these two teams want to tear each other apart again. And that's going to happen on July 14th at PK Park, Basebrawl 3. When these two teams take on each other for the POW tag titles in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
You should be glad you're getting a rematch, Wade. It's happening at Basebrawl. These teams are facing off again. Falls count anywhere, no double countouts allowed.
Well, it's going to be the Hammer Brothers and the Hess Clan in a match of Falls Count Anywhere. Can you imagine, people, what that's going to be like?
I mean, we saw what the Hesses were willing to do to each other and their opponents in the bull rope match there. Falls count anywhere, many of the same rules apply. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but now we're going to hear very shortly from our YouTube champion, Kris Brady, on POW Pro Wrestling.
Well, how about that, mister? You know, it's two teams with a lot of physicality and a lot of animosity between them. You hate to see a match end the way it did there. Double count out resulting in a draw. But as you heard, mister, they are not done. Their dance card is still booked solid because in 3 weeks' time, they're going to get that rematch for the Tag Team Championship match. We're going back to PK Park. We're going to have the Hesses and the Hammer Brothers in that tag title match. Falls count anywhere.
But it's going to be quite the thing. However, what happens if they brawl near the concession stand and Sledgehammer gets distracted by all those snacks and concessions, starts stuffing his face, and Jack is all alone? It's a sure victory for the Hess Clan. Remember that, Hess Clan? Take him over to the concession stand and you've got it won, eh?
Just FYI, mister, they do serve concessions at World Pies too. It's not like that's the only thing that would stop the Hammer Brothers, but I get the sentiment with what you're going for here. I got what you were going for.
However,
with that,
it's
for
the
sure.
ballpark. They have hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, peasant food, perfectly suited to a couple of blue-collar miscreant nothings like Jerk and Sledge Hammer.
Now watch your tongue because the Hammers are far from nothing, far from nobodies. And speaking from far from a nobody, here's somebody who is somebody. That is the current Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion, Kris Brady. I tell you, what a year he has had, winning the championship and just being in some hellacious wars the last several months. We saw him in that hood fight with Levi Shapiro, the unsanctioned hood fight, and he fought very valiantly in the Rumble to Regret match at the last Basebrawl. Granted, he did not win, but that's because he's been dealing with a litany of injuries. He was talking to me off air about some of the things he's been dealing with as of late, so I found it necessary to bring Kris Brady out into the crowd to address his injuries, address his health, as we try to figure out what is next in the career for the YouTube champion. Let's go to that footage right now.
So please welcome at this time the Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion, everybody's favorite homeboy, Kris Brady. between you and brother Levi at the hood fight. I want to give you the chance to let the fans know here just how you're feeling.
I don't know, pal. How am I feeling? To be quite frank with you, I'm feeling beat up. Not only did I hurt my arm in the hood fight, I also had a cyst explosion in the battle royal, but I fought through it.
Cyst explosions.
Goddamn right, a cyst explosion. I fought through it like I always do.
That was pretty nuts, but well, certainly glad to have you here. Glad to see at least you're here. Sorry you couldn't be part of the six-pack challenge. And certainly the future of the championship. I mean, obviously you're a fighting champion. You're the fightingest Wrestling with the Wregret YouTube Champion that I've ever seen. And I just want to make sure that when you're back, we're going to have nothing but the best opponents for you after the work you've been putting in. I just want to let you know that, for as long as you're the champion, you're golden here at POW Pro Wrestling, all right? Brother Levi Shapiro, everybody. Now I'm curious to know, Levi, Boogie, what you're doing out here because this is our time.
Yeah, I don't really care about your time. See, the fact is, I almost finished the job, and that should be mine. I'm not just going to stand in the back while you just put the belt up on vacancy again.
Now,
So the thing is, right, why don't you just hand that belt over to me, and I will be the champion. And that's just how we'll do it. What's wrong with that? Why don't you come make me put the belt down? Huh? I beat you multiple times. I ain't got shit to prove, but I'm here. So forget it. I want to say one thing. The people in the back, the brass, they don't want to let you compete. They want you just to relinquish the title. I think that you're a little punk, and you're down to do that. So just lay down, take the 1, 2, 3, and do that. You must not know who the fuck I am. You do, because I'm a man that's beat your ass every single fucking time.
calm down. We all need to calm down, all right? Here's the deal. I know you love fighting, Levi. I know you did it before, and I know you can do it again, but I'm not going to let you do it now. Not with a bad win, all right?
Because you're a chicken.
No, not because of that, Levi. Because you know as well as anybody how important the Wrestling with the Wregret brand is to me, all right? You carried it long enough. It's Brady's turn, and he's not going to put that belt up tonight. Not while he's hurt.
Me personally, I wouldn't let someone speak for me like that. But if that's your thing, I'm gonna let you do it. If you want it, put the fucking title on the line. Let's go. Yeah, what's the run?
Kris, do not make me regret this. Bring a referee in here.
Well, against my wishes, this match now, suddenly we have a match for the Wrestling with the Wregret YouTube Championship. And I don't like it one damn bit. Kris Brady is working hurt against brother Levi Shapiro.
Kris Brady's as dumb as he is annoying.
Oh, gee, you're here now.
That's right.
I know, I couldn't stop him.
Kris Brady, who, as we discussed there in the ring, he hurt himself in the hood fight. He exacerbated the injury further in the Rumble to Regret. I wanted him to take time off, but now look at this. He wanted to fight in this match so bad, he's risking his career. Oh!
Put him out for good. I'm tired of this dude.
Kris Brady, one of the fightingest YouTube champions I've ever seen, is now being put through the ringer by the former 3-time YouTube champion. And now look at this, just putting on the pressure. No. Oh, and of course, insult to injury.
Oh, come on.
Wet Willie time.
Wet Willie. This is ridiculous. This match should not be happening. And I should be the one to put a stop to it, but Brady, he's just too headstrong. Ugh. This is ridiculous.
Good to see that now that you're back in charge. You got a firm control of things, huh?
Go. Levi now putting the pressure on that injured arm. It was in a sling moments ago.
Well, imagine though, had the situation happened, you would have been happy to have him in a six-pack challenge, wouldn't you?
It was Brady who couldn't compete in that six-pack challenge a couple of weeks ago due to the injuries. Was replaced ultimately by Mr. Loudmouth over here,
Yeah.
Jonas Albert Robinson.
Blammed again.
Notice that you didn't say anything about Kris Brady at the six-pack challenge, but it's happy to see this happen.
Brady fighting through what has to be an unbelievable amount of pain in order to fight for what he believes in. He believes that as a fighting champion, he needs to step up no matter what.
Well, at some point, you've got to let your pride subside because, you know, this could be permanent damage right here.
Absolutely. Every time you go in there already injured, you set yourself up for a potential disaster, making that injury worse or possibly trying to overcompensate. You hurt something else. Oh, well, look at this now. Brady throwing those right hands. His one good hand, he's throwing all he's got behind him as he's trying to stay on top as a YouTube champion. Look at this, head scissors.
Oh, that he doesn't need an arm.
And on one arm, Kris Brady is suddenly willing himself. He could be,
Oh, he landed on that arm on that drop kick.
I'll say this much. If there is one-armed individual who I would trust to take out Levi Shapiro tonight, it would be Kris Brady. But even I don't like his chances.
Right now, is Brady putting the boots to Levi Shapiro in the corner? The question is it going to be enough, though?
Brady, who went through hell and high water in that hood fight alongside brother Levi. They fought all over Eugene and Springfield, and they ended up right here at World Pies. Oh, they tore the bar down. You remember, guys?
I do.
Literally. That bulb over there is still uncovered.
That cover is still gone. R.I.P. And right now, Brady, though, looking to shatter the expectations and the dreams of Levi Shapiro, who wants a fourth run with that YouTube championship.
Brady's not going to give up that title very easily, and that's for sure. Oh, right across the ring. Throws that forearm right into the face there, Shapiro.
Brady is wrestling better than expected on one arm, I have to admit. Now, wait a minute. Vinny Massaro, what the hell is he doing up here? Get him out of here, ref. Come on.
He was trying to stop Brady from further punishment.
Look at this. One shot was all it took for Vinny to go away, and then you got Kris Brady throwing those forearms. Look out. Going up. Oh! He went for it all, but there was nobody home.
No water in the pool.
No, and boy, did he ever pay a price for that.
Levi saw it coming. Going for the gefilte fist, and he connects. No, come on, no, don't do this. Damn it. Damn it, Kris.
Don't hand him the belt, Brian.
Your winner and new
And now, for the fourth time, a record fourth time, like it means something, Levi Shapiro just beat a one-armed man to claim his fourth YouTube championship, and it makes me sick.
Call it like it is, the greatest YouTube champion of all time has reclaimed his title.
And now, the beating continues here. Oh! King Najee even trying to intervene, but Levi Shapiro just clocked him with a title. And now, the nice guy, the final boss, and brother Levi Shapiro laying out Kris Brady and Najee with that YouTube championship.
That's what he gets for being buddy-buddy with you now.
Mon frère, brother Levi capturing the title again. Kris Brady showing this past year you have achieved heights that somebody of your minimal experience, minimal talent could not have fathomed. But brother Levi watched, waited, took his opportunity, let you win that ladder match, let you win that hood fight, let you get beat down, injured, You have a little clipped wings there. Brother Levi swooping in, manipulating you, and recapturing that YouTube championship for the fourth time.
Certainly a history-making evening for Levi Shapiro, the first and only man to hold the championship more than once, let alone 4 times. So I guess congratulations are in order to Brother Levi, but he did it at the expense of a wounded man. Levi Shapiro knew that Kris Brady was hurt, that he was going into this thing with a bad arm, with a bad body in general. He was
Kris
beat up.
Brady obligated to agree to the match?
No, I will say this much, that Kris Brady is a proud man. He is a prideful man, and they say pride goeth before the fall, and that is what happened. Brady was goaded into this matchup by Levi Shapiro, and it was that moment that Levi was able to capitalize on and exploit to his benefit. And thanks to the nice guy, Vinny Massaro, he has become once again the YouTube champion. So good for him, I would have to say on that one, Levi. Congratulations to you. But you know what happened the last time you won the belt, right? That easy handoff you got from Zicky Dice. If you thought that I put a lot of work into taking the belt off you then you have no idea, Levi, the extent that I'm going to go to make sure you are done holding that belt. Now, I'm not going to strip it from you, Levi, because the last thing I want is the belt to be vacated again. Let's not revisit that, shall we, mister? But I will make sure to make your life as champion a living hell, because I'm not going to let anybody else disrespect and denigrate the Wrestling with Regret brand as long as I'm the commissioner of POW and I'm putting you in the matches.
You know it's not a conspiracy if you say the quiet part out loud, right?
Next week here on POW Pro Wrestling, it all comes down to First Blood. This feud between Jade and the Unbelievable and Charlie Avell has reached a fever pitch, and after months of the two interfering in each other's matches, we're going to see who the strongest and the toughest is going to be. It's going to be a match to see who is the first to bleed, the superhero or the self-proclaimed prettiest man in all of POW Pro Wrestling. Mister, I know you're going to be watching this with quite the keen interest at ringside, so all I'm going to say to you is just try and control yourself when you're out there.
It's not going to be beautiful. It's not going to be gorgeous. It's going to be pretty when Jadon is left in a pile of his own blood, a puddle, and we might sip up some of that blood to make ourselves strong to get his superhero strength.
Well, don't count your blood capsules before they hatch, because we're going to find out next week. First Blood. Who's going to come out on top? We'll find out then. But until then, folks, for Mr. Ooh La La, I'm Brian Zane, and we'll see you next time.